Okay, my apologies. I just don't even know. I was live for like 10 minutes and welcome. I am going to pick up where I left off. If we haven't met and you didn't see part one, just to let you know, my name is Carrie Esho, and I've been in the insurance and personal finance industry for 14 years, being a financial advisor with an investment advisor, and also I've been in corporate finance as a financial analyst. And before that, I was doing budgets for people. So I've been about the last 20 years, been helping people get out of overdraft status and that type of thing. So my apologies if you're just joining me. I'm going to pick up where I left off when I got buffered out. So I am talking today about 5 tips that you can do to help you get out of debt. So I am on tip number 4. I'll put a link to the first part in this description. Please leave a comment if you're just joining me and something you have a question about something. Leave a comment, because I'll be back on later to check out the comments and that type of thing. So anyways, I was talking to you about my repo story, that I had a roommate back in my early 20s, and she is a fun, like, prankster type person. Every April 1st, you just better be on your A game, because something's going to come at you. But anyway, she called up to me and said, "Hey, someone's taking your car. They're towing your car away." And I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, you got me. Ha ha ha." But as it turns out, they really were repossessing my car. And so I was sharing that so that you understand. I have been where you're at. I have lived off the ramen and the rice and the beans. And I've been there, and so I just want you to know that this can be done, okay? And that I'm not just preaching to you from my ivory tower behind Facebook Live, but that I have really walked the walk, okay? So anyways, and I was talking about how I had at the time lived paycheck to paycheck, and but then it wasn't even that good. It was like payday loan to payday loan type of thing. I mean, I've been there. So one of the things, my tip for number 4 is to do extra payments. So I have an example for you that I calculated. So let's say you have a $2,000 credit card. At 14%, your payment should be about $47. So when you get your statement, I want you, most people have online banking. So if you log into your online banking, there's going to be a hyperlink that says online statements. And sometimes they're kind of hard to find. But you find them, click on the link and, find your most recent statement or whatever. It'll tell you, if you pay your minimum payment, you'll pay this off in 21 years. But if you increase your payment to whatever, you'll pay it off in 3 years. And so 3 years is what they are required to show you, what payment amount at that interest rate you would pay it off in 3 years. So in this example, $2,000 on a credit card that's charging 14% interest, which is kind of average, unfortunately, for just a regular credit card. I'm not even talking revolving credit cards at 29, 28%. But a minimum payment should be about $47. So yeah, $47 is going to take you, say, 9 years to pay off. But if you increase your payment to $66, I cheated, but it's $66, then that's a difference of what, $19? So for $19 a month, you can reduce the amount of time that you're gonna need to pay on that credit card, and you'll be debt-free in 3 years. So likewise, you could do that on a car payment or on a mortgage, especially at the beginning of the mortgage when the amortization, the way that that's laid out, you pay more interest at the front than at the back. So those types of things, if you can make extra payments, that'll pay down. And even, you wouldn't be able to do your mortgage this way, but you could even refinance your car if your credit is still good. And as you begin doing some of these tips, your credit will improve. But you could even refinance your car to 3 years and your payments would go up, obviously. Or you can leave it the way it is and send in extra payments just as you can. A lot of what my company does is it's a daily money manager. It's not like an asset manager or an investment advisor. I did do that previously, but this is for, like, we'll negotiate with creditors. We will work out a debt plan for people. We'll do this for people like busy professionals. Even we manage their money, so not even about debt, but just I'm out of town all the time, which is perfect for like missionaries, even aging seniors, those types of people where they can use a little help in their daily finances. So if you're having trouble with your credit and that type of thing, let's get in touch offline, and I can assist you there a little bit more in depth. But we will do I'll tell you my own personal story in another Facebook Live broadcast about how I actually, like, what we actually did to get out of debt, and that'll be a lot of fun. So anyway, so number 4 was to make extra payments. Let me see, sorry, one second. You can make those extra payments. I know it's hard to find the extra money, but I don't know, maybe it's a challenge. Maybe do just live off of rice for a week. See how many ways you can you can eat rice. I don't know, you could find a way to challenge yourself and make it fun, but that goes to number 5. My 5th tip is to have a system in place so that you have your plan, you have your motivation, you've stopped using your credit cards, you have been making extra payments as you find money. You can do all those things, but then if you don't have a foolproof system, you will find yourself failing. And we all do it, right? And like my pastor said, we're all made out of mud. So challenges are going to occur. Let's put it like that. So if you have a good system in place, it helps you. It's not the end all be all, but it's going to help you stay on track. So one example that I use in my own personal present life is the envelope system. It works for me. It works for us. It's not the thing for everyone, okay, but it works for me. But something like that would work for you. You just kind of see what does work for you. So comment if you have come up with a system to keep you on budget and keep you on track. If you have a system or even like an app, post it in the comments and share that, and that might be something helpful that, outside of maybe what I could think of. But the envelope system is something we do. And then I have, he could have it too, but he doesn't. But I have my own personal account where it's just my fun money. So I've got a debit card, and it's under our joint account and everything, but it's just my fun money. He doesn't have a debit card for it. It's just for me and my girls' night out. So anyways, that was just something that we use where I know I'm not going to go over my fun money entertainment budget because the debit card doesn't work anymore because there's no money in there, okay? So that's something that you could think of. Okay, well, maybe we just have a special account for that. You can, I know our local credit union, they'll let you set up, I think, up to 10 accounts, and like a Christmas fund or like a kids or whatever, and you can actually just have them transfer that automatically, and usually you won't ever notice it's gone because it just happens automatically. So there's another tip for you. So have a system in place. So like I'm mentioning, and then another thing is accountability. If you can find, like, you and your partner, you and your spouse, if you're married or, have joint finances, obviously you already have that person in your life. But if you're single, this is crucial to you because it's just me, myself, and I, honey. And you don't have that other person saying, no, remember, we have these goals and these motivations. So find someone, and even if you're married, so long as your spouse agrees to it, you can find someone that will help you toe the line. Just someone that's confidential, and you don't have to tell them I'm 180 grand in credit card debt, and I don't know how I got here, and I make 6 figures, and you know, you don't have to tell them all the nitty gritty. Just, hey, I want to get out of debt, and I need someone to help me. Just check in with me, because darkness, when it's exposed to light, is no longer dark anymore. So if you want, you know, you have a dirty little secret, you know, like I'm in debt and I'm ashamed, I'm embarrassed. Well, hey, telling someone I'm going to do something about it is very liberating. And then they're able to help and encourage you. And then when you get to the life where you're out of debt, then you can look back on it and say, oh, thank you so much. So, you know, I'm really thankful for the people like that in my life as well. So I'm not going to tell you, hey, cut out the coffee, because I like to drink it with the rest of them, okay? But, you know, there are things that you can forego. Like maybe you give yourself a $100 a month allowance, and so maybe you cut it back to $50 and you send the other $50 on your $2,000 credit card, and you pay it off 4 years earlier than you would have. You know, there's nothing more liberating than having that extra money. Like, you know, pay it through at the drive-thru. Say you go to the Bucks on your way to work. Hey, I got the next 10 cars behind me. Here's $100. That's why you want to keep your goals ahead of you. Well, actually, I want to be able to send more money to more places and help more people. So that's why you want to have an accountability system. So just a quick recap. Number 1, you're going to make a plan. Number 2, you're going to monitor your credit score. And even your credit report would be a good idea. You can get that once a year for free. Number 3, stop using credit. I know it goes without saying, but it's something that's difficult, which is why I put it in there. And then make extra payments. That is like my personal favorite. Love to recommend that. It just does so much for you, and it accelerates the process. And then finally have a system in place so that you can stay on the road and get to where you're going. And the reason that I do this is I really want people to realize their hopes and their dreams. And it's good to have hopes and dreams, but if you don't have a plan to get there, you'll never realize them. I shouldn't say never, but it just a dream. It's never going to happen unless you take some sort of action. You know, you're not going to change anyone's life in the corner. Okay, so that's why you have a plan. You do the plan. You keep your motivation ahead of you, and you get a system in place of people that'll be supportive in your end game to help you succeed. And again, you know, if there's any way I can help you, please leave me a comment. I will circle back at the end of the broadcast and answer questions. And if you, you know, like we talked about, if you have a credit monitoring or another app that helps you, personal finance app, leave it in the comments. And then also, I wanted to say, I'm going to be doing this weekly at 11. So if you have something that you'd like me to discuss, I would be happy to do that. Just leave me a comment and let me know what it is. And so that would be fun. If it's a tough question or something you already know the answer to, but you want to see if I know the answer to it, that'd be fun too. So thanks guys so much for watching and for tuning in. I'll be back next week at 11. Share this video. Go to my website, KarieEsho.com. It's spelled KarieESO.com. Subscribe to notifications for when I go live. That's on my public page, which is Facebook.com, but then it's Karie Esso Finance is my public page. So thanks a lot. Share, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And we'll see you later. Enjoy your rice and beans. Bye-bye.